It's a new year, it's a new me. I'm Kaylee Cross-Stitch. This is my Flosstube. Welcome to you. I hope to keep you company for a bit. Sometimes I complain about my job, because, I'm a teacher and we're still in a pandemic world. Sometimes I gush about my cat, Susie. Look at how cute she is, Susie. Oh, baby. But most of all, I want to show more love. Hashtag Chris it up, 'cause we're all human beings. Hi, human. Okay, let's show some cross-stitching. That's the face I was making at the end of the video. Well, hi, human. I'm Kaylee. This is Kaylee Cross-Stitch, a channel where I tell you about cross-stitch. And, yeah, a little intro video because it's been a long time and I don't know, I felt inspired, I guess, to say, hey, human, I hope to keep you company for a little while. It is January 21st, 2022, and it's been a while since my last video, the one where I dubbed myself and talked to you, and I showed up over here because I forgot to record the audio. And yes, the audio is weird in this one because I don't know where the cord for the microphone is, so, and I don't feel like bothering Dylan because he's practicing. So, yeah, welcome. Flosstube number 36. I want to first say, in that song, I said hashtag Chris it up, and I'm just gonna jump on the train because Darcy just coined that hashtag, and it's saying, we're gonna be optimistic, we're gonna feel good about what we're doing, when we're doing it, and we don't have to apologize for those things. And that's kind of something that our wonderful friend Chris teaches us every week. He's so kind and so giving and loving of his platform, and yeah, he's just a great human. I don't know if anyone who is subscribed to me is not subscribed to Chris. I kind of doubt it, but if you're not subscribed to Chris Cross-Stitch, you should go subscribe. I'll put a link to him in the description. So, welcome. Uh, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just been a strange couple of weeks. Well, first we went to North Dakota, and we had a great time with family. And then last weekend we went to New York. It was a trip excuse me, that we were planning for a while. So we just decided to go, and we tried to be as safe as possible. And so I feel out of sync with Flosstube World, but I have been watching a few people, so I'll be showing you some stitching, and then I'll babble for a long time. I think I might babble for a while this video because I actually wrote down some notes about things that I want to talk about. So I'll show my stitching first, and then if you're not here to chat, that's totally fine. So I have a finish. Last time I showed you a finish, and this time I get to show you a finish. It is Moroccan Sampler. It's upside down. Wasn't it cool though? Moroccan Sampler. This is a pattern from Cliffside Stitches on Etsy, and I will put a link to this pattern in the description. And this is stitched on 32 count linen, I believe. Hang on, I have all this information written down, I think. Did I write it down? I don't think I did, actually. But I started it. Did I write it down here? No, I didn't. I started it in January of 2021, and I finished it in January 2022. This is one of the projects that I took on vacation with me, and I just kind of worked on it monogamously until I finished it. So this is with DMC threads, 2/2, and it's gorgeous, isn't it? Like I can't wait to stitch on more cliffside stitches. I almost did more Moroccan samplers, but I don't know if I'll stitch more than one. Um, yeah, go to Instagram if you want to see some close-ups, but this is this is it. Look, I'm showing it to you like Darcy does. Look at it. Isn't it so cool? Sorry. Okay. It's flattery if it's imitation, right? Imitation is the biggest form of flattery. Is that what they say when somebody's insulting you? Didn't I just sing in my song that I want to spread more love? Okay. Then I worked on some whips. I worked on Starry Night, Starry Cats, which is right here. I'm not gonna take it out because I don't even remember how much I had done on it, but here's what that looks like if you're curious what Starry Cats looks like. This chart is actually called A Van Gogh Night from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's artwork by Randall Spangler. So that's what it's gonna look like, and I don't remember how much I worked on it, but you can see it's right there. It looks the same as it did last time. I'm stitching the diagonal and it's blue. And then I have been zooming on my seasonal earth cell, which is actually called design number 19 from this book, Cross Stitch for the Earth by Emma Congdon. This is available on lots of websites, so just Google Cross Stitch for the Earth and you can find a price that is good for you. It's probably cheapest on Amazon, but I'm trying to wean myself off Amazon, so I'm not gonna really promote it here. Cross Stitch for the Earth, design number 19. And last time I showed you this, I was on the bottom of the second panel, and I've stitched almost all of the third panel because I didn't work on this in the autumn time, and I want to finish it before winter is over. And it is winter time here in Baltimore where I live now, but I want to finish it before then. So I felt the need to get going on it. And it stitched so fast. I was watching Stitch Again Sam, and she was saying, "Oh, the autumn section went so fast." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And it did. So I'm stitching this on 16 count white Aida, 2/1 full cross, and DMC threads, but then there are a couple Ymir Almond MnMs flosses in here that I subbed out. So these floss drops are from Karen in California, where I used to live. Hi, Karen, if you're watching. And I have a couple more here too. I don't remember who gave me these, but I have it somewhere. I'll show you that too. And then the plain white that Jennifer Curly Stitcher sent to me, and I'm gonna link her. She has a finish parade from her stuff last year, and it's wonderful. She's so sweet. I love my Flosstube friends. Um, hey, an ad for arian.com, which is the thing that I'm using to connect my phone to my recording software. Anyway, so yeah, isn't that cute? What does the fox say? Remember that song? It's so annoying. Seasonal Earth. I'm on another level. It's a new year, it's a new me. Speaking of new year, I had a new start, and this is the Modern Folk Embroidery 2022 Stitch Along. Let me get it out. I thought I put it on here. Oh, you know what? I put it on a different thing. It's a mystery, so it'll look blurry anyway. But I uh, started this on one of the last streams I did, and I'm using this floss from Almond M&Ms. This is from the December floss box, and the color is blood orange. No, that can't be right. I don't know. There, it was a hank of it. It's gorgeous. The variegation is really, really pretty. Um, and here is where I got to. Um, yeah, this way. I just was stitching on the border. And you might be like, Kaylee, I'm stitching that too, and my fabric looks a lot bigger. It's because this is on 32, 32 count? 32? 32 count Jobelin. And I got this at my LNS at the stitching post. So just the border. I'm gonna get back to this, but I, would you believe it? I've been working monogamously on Seasonal Earth on this one for like like over a week. Every day I've stitched on it for over a week, which not did not used to be how I stitched. So we'll see. Maybe this one will just February will come out and I'll be like, okay, I need to get that done. Um, yeah. So I have some haul things to show you that like aren't really things that I bought. They're kind of things that I found and and love, and so I want to show you those. And the first thing is this sewing box. Can you see it? That I put my cross stitch stuff in. And it's the one that does this. So it's just sitting on my desk and I put all of my spare skeins in the bottom because that's going to be a mess. I have stitch counters, like accessories, stitch pullers, tape measure, paper clips, giant paper clips. These I use to hold my fabric on my big pieces. Um, in here I have bobbins that need to be put back and just miscellaneous bobbins, smaller stuff. And then this side, the only thing wrong with it is this is missing the lid on this side, but my spare needles fit in there. So that's just what I do. And scissors and needle minders. That's something I want in 2022. I want more needle minders because I don't have very many. So I was really glad to find this. It was at actually a second chance furniture store that we got our furniture from, and they had like a bunch of stuff, which also they had these photo albums. These like with the photo paper in it, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later because this is more like boring stuff about my life. But I'm going to show you that later. So they had those, and I got a bunch of those, and yeah. So that's not stitching related. Oh, it is stitching related because I don't know if you remember I showed you last time I had my floss strap trade in a notebook, taped to notebook paper. So I found a different way to do this. And it's still not, I'm going to talk about this later too, but it's still not like the most beautiful thing, but whatever, I don't care. It works for me and it's in a better place and it is displayed for me. So I did it's the same thing, the great floss strap trade. And so now that I won't be worried about showing you somebody's address, this is how I did it. I taped the floss strap in their card, and then inside their card, I put their address or like who it came from. Because who knows? Maybe I'm gonna send these people more stitchy stuff later. And then I was going through all my old wedding stuff, and I have like 150 or something of these thank you postcards that I didn't use because I didn't have that many gifts at my wedding, but I bought like because it was Vistaprint and it was like you should buy more, and so I was like okay, so that's what I was using on the other side of this, and I just put them in this little binder because this is what my greeting cards used to be in, but I'll show you later. I'll show you. Um, so that was kind of haul, I guess, and then I got some tiny things. Do you want to see my tiny things? So for Christmas, my in-laws, they know me so well. They got me this. And look at it. Focus on this, please. Oh, can you even? Look at those little snowmen. Are you serious? Like, isn't that cute? Oh, so good. So cute. It's so cute. Okay. And then, oh, I wanted to show you these. I've had these for a while, but this is where I got a lot of my, like my photo book, this thing, my wedding photo book, and this calendar, this daily calendar that I had of our wedding photos. And then I got these little books where you can customize and put your photos in there. So there's our engagement photos. Focus on that, please. Look at how cute we are. And then our wedding photos in this one. Yeah, it's kind of hard. So they're so cute. This is on Social Print Studio. Tiny books. I think they have three for like $30 or something like that. Yeah, I like those. Anyway, then I don't know if y'all know about the mini, what are they called? Mini brands. Uh, they are much more expensive than they should be. But here's what they look like. So look at this. What's happening? Cheese and pickles. I got these in New York. I was like, I need a tiny thing from New York, and this is what I found. Smokehouse almonds? Are you serious? Like, come on. This is my favorite one. Taco seasoning? Are you kidding? Teachers, have you ever gotten a paper cut like this? This is from a file folder, this paper cut. It's teacher time. Okay. Stop gushing about tiny things. Oh, I think I showed this in a stream, but these are on Amazon, these mini cross stitch kits. And I gave a Pusheen one away to someone that I was staying with. So anyway, that's my tiny things, and I could gush about them forever. Um, Plans. I do have a few plans. My plans are to stitch tiny things, stitch tiny, because in Ymir's December floss box, she has this 12 ply floss, Twilight, and Leafy, and so it's 12 strands, and it's about as thick as the usual DMC 6 strand. So I think this is the silk that she uses when she dyes her reds. If you follow Ymir, she first of all is a fantastic thread dyer, and also she stitches tiny, teeny tiny over one full cross on 56 count. That's her favorite. Um, and I've been getting into it. I like the tiny things. I mean, my Jacob Modern Folk Embroidery style is on 32 count. I tried to do it on 40, but I didn't like the detail, and the floss was too thick to do full cross, so I switched to that. But I want to stitch some tiny things, and I want to use this floss. I was watching Jody, and she was like, "I love using all the flosses," and I'm like, I've only used the Hank. I've only used this one. Um, so I want to stitch some tiny things. I want to maybe do the ink circles ones. I like the idea of having like a project that's usually stitched like this big and it being like a quarter of that. You know, this would be really cool. Uh, yeah, that's my plans. And then also I do have I do know which cliffside stitches I'm doing next. It is this one. Greek Island Sampler. And I'm gonna do this one on 40 count over two with one strand, like I did my Norwegian sampler. And I think I'm gonna use oops, the Primitive Hair has a coffee dyed one that smells like coffee. It's in my stash somewhere over here. Yeah. So I'm gonna muse. Oh, shout outs. I have some shout outs to do. I haven't been very good at watching Flosstube until like maybe when we got back. I started like binging some people like Mary. I haven't watched very many of Mary's videos. Mary, the Daydream Stitcher. Um, she's hilarious, and she told a story about getting back into an orchestra because she, was into it in high school and college, but then kind of left it alone. And, I messaged her. I was like, dude, that happens to a lot of classically or a lot of music students because they are like, I don't know if I like the competition of being a professional musician, and it's a lot of pressure. But anyway, she's finding joy in being back in a community orchestra. That's so cool. It's so sweet. Her her daughter and her son have FlosStube channels, and you have to go see them. Her son is so funny. Zat, Zat Stitcher. I'll link it below. And Panda Stitcher, her daughter. Oh my goodness. I just, they're just so funny. They did one together, and like the sibling dynamic is amazing. Leone of Leone Stitchy Madness. She is a med student, and I love talking to her in general, but about, being in different countries and talking about things about each of our countries. Let's just say that. Um, X's and Hoes. Darcy shouted them out in his Flosstube anniversary episode. And then I went and watched them, and I was like, "Oh, this is really fun because it's just two sisters hanging out and geeking out about cross stitch, and it's highly entertaining. They're funny, yeah. And then there are definitely other people to shout out, y'all, because there's lots of people on Flosstube, but one person who has kind of been on a hiatus is Kim, the Spartan Stitcher, and her video is not public, so I'm gonna put the link that you can go watch and go show her some love. She was living in North Dakota, and that's actually originally how I found her was I saw that she was stitching a box of chocolates pattern, and it was one that I had started when I was like 13 and started again because I never finished the pattern. It's a complicated pattern, and I was not experienced, or I wasn't like as knowledgeable as I am now. So, I mean, if I were to do it, I still think I'm gonna do it someday, but it's a very, very complicated pattern. Anyway, so I started watching her and saw that she was living in North Dakota, and I was like, whoa, cool. And she has a lot of full coverage stuff, and it's awesome. I love seeing her projects. But go check out her video as well. It's the video of shout outs. Okay, that I think is all the like normal stitching stuff, but I wrote down in my planner it says musings. And this is from a couple weeks. I actually wrote this a couple weeks or like a week ago, or it was more than that, a couple weeks ago, because I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about in my next class tube. And I have some musings, and I think it's still relevant. So these are opinions, just so you know, and please don't be offended if I say something that is different than what you think, because it's just like observations and things that like I've observed and then been like, oh, actually that's not for me. So the first thing is goal setting. I watch and I love people like Kim who set very specific goals for all their projects. And Alma from Alma's Little Wonders does this too, where she has like quite a few whips and then sets a goal for each whip. Like finish a page or finish 2 pages or get to this percentage. Um, and I don't want to set goals. Uh, as a person, as somebody in their regular life, I am not good at setting goals. I'm not good at setting reasonable goals. I'm not good at setting achievable goals. So I think that I hate it because I always set these really high goals and I never make them. Or I uh, set too much of a goal and then I don't start on the goal because I get distracted with something else and then I'm like, oh, I'm never going to reach that goal, so I'm not going to try. Um, and with cross stitch, I'm just like, I'm not going to try to train myself how to set reasonable goals because usually a goal to me is like it's work, it's an expectation, and I don't do very well when I don't meet expectations or meet a goal. I get really hard on myself, so I'm not going to set any goals. So wee, yeah. Um, Having a lot of whips. I feel like if I had hired Darcy as my video editor, that like fast forward like 6 months, 8 months, a year, this would be the clip to go back to because I don't think I want that many whips. But how many were in my whip parade? Like 10? But I want to start a lot of things. I want to do tiny stitching. I don't know. I mean, I when I was when I first started Flosstube, I only had like 2 or 3. I don't know. But I started 1, 2, 3, 4 big projects last year. So, I mean, I might be that person that ends up with a lot of whips. I don't know. Again, this is just like musing, just like putting it out there. An observation. Some people have lots of whips. That's great. Some people don't have a lot of whips. That's great. A planner. Ooh. So this is another thing that I, in the past, have carried a lot of shame for, um, which is dumb. Like shame is like the worst thing. But I found this planner. If you want to know what this is, message me. I don't think I want to like really explain where I found this and all the things inside of it, but um this planner, you know how planners are usually like pretty and um uniform and everything is exactly centered and whatnot. But this planner has like hand drawn pages and I am here for this kind of planner because to me, my brain, I'm like those like straight lines and really uniform, pretty pages. Um, those require, maybe that was a hint. Those like that's an expectation. It's expected that you're really diligent and you fill it out. But this, it's just like, you know what? It's already messy. So if it's kind of messy, then that's okay. So there's those the monthly, and then I'm not going to show you my writing, but there are these weekly pages as well, and it has like cool dates, cool events that happened, and it's just like really random. And for me, like when I'm using this as kind of like a daily journal, just to like write down my general thoughts for the day because I've always felt like that's something that I would benefit from, but I always struggle with the expectation that, oh, I'm gonna just journal a whole bunch. But this is just like, no, you have to write a short little blurb. Um, Small tasks for me. Small tasks for Kaylee. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep using this. And it's got some like places where I can color in it, which I kind of like because if I need to decompress from a work day, I can just color in, write down stuff that happened, and you know, just kind of vomit it out onto the pages. So yeah, that's my planner slash journal for the year. So I'm excited to have this and to look back on it because that's what you do with journals. Like maybe not the stuff that you had from when you were a kid. Um, I have lots of Easter eggs in this one. What else? Oh, I have another musing. Oh, that was in my life section. Whoops. Another musing is temperature patterns, temperature stitches. Again, an opinion. An opinion. I don't like them. I like seeing other people's projects, their temperature stitches, but I don't. Again, it's an expectation. You have to do it every single day. That's why I don't want to set goals. I've been thinking I'm like, oh, I should do a 25/7 project. I don't want that expectation. I'm gonna feel guilty if I don't complete a day. Sweet wee. Um, yeah. Okay, so life stuff. I said I would get back to the cards, the greeting card, or these photo albums. So I was going through some stuff. I was organizing some stuff, and I found my wedding box, which had like my invitations, save the dates, wedding programs, all of our cards that we got, our wedding cards from people, and they were just sitting in a box in a pile. And I was like, that's kind of sad. I should put these in an album. But I feel pressure if I order a bunch of scrapbook supplies to like make it look pretty. So I was like, let me just like get a photo album. So do you want to see it? Maybe I'll film that as a separate video or something. So then I got that mostly together. I still have some pages to do, but then I was like, well, my floss drops are displayed very poorly, so I want to be able to display those better. But in those binders, in these binders that I have my floss drops in, were greeting cards that I had 3-hole punched. And if you watched my Not a Flosstube video, I got mad at myself a whole bunch for hole punching my greeting cards. So then I was like, well, let me just put them in here. So I put birthday cards in one album. I have like general greeting cards and Christmas cards and family stuff in another. Um, and it was kind of fun to just go through and see all these old birthday cards and stuff. But I found one that I think I got last year from my in-laws. They always send greeting cards. It's so sweet. They're really great. Um, and I just tape them on these pages with packing tape. Like that's the extent of my scrapbooking here. But I had to keep this envelope because it's a gorgeous envelope and it's like this shiny paper inside. But look at this card, you guys. It's upside down. It's embroidered. I mean, it's papyrus, so it's probably machine embroidered, but look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that pretty? And I think they gave this to me after, like, they knew that I cross-stitched, so that's really sweet. Yeah, I wanted to show you that. Isn't that pretty? Yes, it's pretty, Kaylee. Okay. What else? Life, organizing, cards, embroidery card, and planner. I think I got everything. Look at that, only 34 minutes. It feels like it's been longer. Maybe because I have just been talking the whole time. I really hope this audio is not that bad, but yeah. So it like along with oh, I have another plans thing. I in my organizing I found this sing a sampler, and then I saw that Mary has this, and I gotta stitch this year, right? Isn't it cute? There's so much to stitch. Yeah, so in my intro video, I was like, I don't look very like I literally have hair coming out of the back, and I'm like, I'm already proud of it, and it's what life is like, you know, you just sit down, you sing a little, you say, "Hey human, I care about you." It doesn't have to be the most polished for the message to say the same. So, um, yeah, I hope you appreciate the just chillness and upfrontness that's my thoughts and my train of thought. Um, and if you didn't appreciate it, I don't know why you're still watching, but hey, I'm glad you're listening. But yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully, I remember to link all the people that I talked about down below and my projects. And it's been a while, but you say my Flosstube is. This is probably going to sound really bad because I'm using the computer microphone. My Flosstube is over, I have nothing more today. Oh, why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement. I used to upload every Wednesday. I don't remember how to play this song. You'll be back soon, you see. You remember how to get to me. Flosstube and the gram. Subscribe and catch me on Sundays when I go live on the in the stitchy land. Da, da, da. I'm gonna have to refresh my brain on these chords. Da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da